If you are over 60, I want you to listen very carefully. The first 30 minutes after you wake up can be the most dangerous time of day for your stroke risk. It's a fact. That quiet time, before your day has even truly begun, can silently create the perfect conditions for a life-altering event. But it doesn't have to be that way. Today, we are going to show you how to turn that dangerous window of time into your most powerful opportunity to protect yourself. To help us do this, we are joined by Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, a man who has always championed the power of simple daily habits. Doctor, thank you for being here to discuss this.
Thank you for having me, Ben. This is a very important topic. Good health does not come from complicated theories or expensive machines. It comes from small habits, done the right way, at the right time. And the morning is the most important time of all.
I agree completely. And that's our goal today, to give you a clear, simple plan. In this video, we will walk you through 8 powerful morning habits. For each habit, we are going to explain 3 things very directly. Number 1, why it is important for your health. Number 2, exactly how to do it correctly. And number 3, the common mistakes you need to avoid. This is a practical guide to help you build a safer morning routine starting tomorrow. If you are also concerned about this issue for yourself or someone you love, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, and it ensures you won't miss the life-saving information we're about to share. Okay, doctor, our viewers are ready. Let's start with the very first simple tools we can use to make our morning safer. What is habit number 1?
The very first habit, Ben, should happen before your feet even touch the floor. It is the simplest and perhaps one of the most important. As soon as you wake up, drink a glass of room temperature water. Not coffee, not tea, just pure, simple water.
That is such a powerful habit, and the science behind it is incredibly direct. Here's the simple reason why this is so important. While you sleep for 7 or 8 hours, your body naturally loses water through your breath and skin. This means you wake up in a state of mild dehydration. This dehydration makes your blood thicker, and thicker blood has a much harder time flowing through the narrow blood vessels in your heart and brain, which can increase the risk of a blood clot forming. A simple glass of water, about 8 to 12 ounces, first thing in the morning, immediately starts to rehydrate you and helps thin your blood back to a healthy, flowing state. It instantly lowers that early morning risk. I also like to think of it as a moment of gratitude. It's a way of thanking your body for the rest it has given you and honoring the gift of a new day. It's a small act of respect for the life we've been blessed with.
A small act with great meaning. I once had a patient, Mr. Henderson, a 75-year-old retired teacher. He came to me complaining of a persistent brain fog every morning. He said, "Doctor, it takes me almost an hour to feel like my brain is truly turned on." He was worried it was a sign of serious decline. He was a coffee drinker and would go straight for the coffee pot each morning. I suggested just one change. I asked him to keep a bottle of water on his nightstand and to drink it completely before getting out of bed. He was skeptical. 2 weeks later, he returned. He told me, with surprise in his voice, "The fog is gone. I thought I needed the coffee to wake my brain up, but it turns out all I needed was simple water." He didn't have a serious condition. His brain was simply thirsty.
That's a perfect example of how a simple solution can make a huge difference. So after we've hydrated our system, what's the next habit to ensure that healthy blood can get where it needs to go?
Once the water is flowing within, we must make sure the pathways are open. This brings us to our next habit, very gentle neck and shoulder stretches. So many people wake up with a stiff neck, but they don't realize that stiffness can actually affect blood flow to the brain. The movements are simple. While sitting on the edge of your bed, slowly and gently tilt your head from one side to the other, as if trying to touch your ear to your shoulder. Then, slowly look left and then right. Finally, gently shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and then let them drop down and relax.
And this is so critical from a biological standpoint. There are major arteries in your neck, the carotid and vertebral arteries, that are the primary highways for blood traveling to your brain. When your neck and shoulder muscles are tight and stiff from sleep, they can act like a clamp on those highways, slightly restricting the flow. These gentle stretches are like a signal to the muscles to release that clamp, opening the road for plenty of oxygen-rich blood to reach your brain.
That is exactly right. But the most common mistake people make here is with speed and force. This is not an exercise workout. It is a gentle release. You must move slowly, as if you are moving through warm honey. Never jerk your head or stretch to the point of sharp pain. The purpose is to coax the muscles to relax, not to force them. A gentle release is safe. A forceful stretch in the morning can be dangerous.
So we've hydrated the body and opened up the physical pathways in the neck and shoulders. That's a fantastic start. But doctor, what about the internal pathways? The stress and the racing thoughts that so many of us wake up with can feel just as tight as a stiff muscle.
You are right, Ben. You cannot separate the mind from the body. A panicked mind creates a panicked body. That is why our next habit is to start the day with peace, not panic. It is 5 minutes of quiet, deep breathing. Before the phone, before the news, before the worries of the day rush in. Simply sit comfortably on the edge of your bed, close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and focus only on your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath gently for a count of 4. And then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. Repeat this for just 5 minutes.
That simple act of slowing down your breath has a profound biological effect. When your mind races, your body releases the stress hormone cortisol. You can think of cortisol as your body's internal alarm bell. It's useful in an emergency, but when it rings all the time, it tightens your blood vessels and raises your blood pressure. Deep breathing, like the 4-4-4 method the doctor described, directly stimulates something called the vagus nerve. This nerve is like a master calm down switch for your body. When you activate it, you turn on your parasympathetic nervous system, your natural rest and digest state. This immediately sends signals to your heart to slow down and to your blood vessels to relax. For many people, these few minutes of quiet can also be a time for prayer or quiet reflection. It's a chance to center yourself and connect with a sense of peace before the day's demands begin. It's about calming both the body and the spirit.
Yes, but there is one common mistake many people make. They breathe into their chest, a short, shallow stress breath. The healing breath, the calming breath, comes from your belly. A simple way to learn this is to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. As you breathe in, the hand on your chest should stay relatively still. The hand on your belly should be the one that rises. This is the deep, life-giving breath that tells your body it is safe.
That's a great tip. So after we've calmed the mind, it's time to nourish the body. Let's talk about what might be the most important meal of the day for stroke prevention. Breakfast.
The rules for a brain-protective breakfast are very simple. Rule 1, keep your sodium, which is salt, very low. Rule 2, make sure your breakfast is rich in 2 essential minerals, magnesium and potassium.
And the science behind that is a beautiful example of teamwork inside the body. It's simple chemistry. Sodium, or salt, makes your body hold on to extra water, which increases the volume and pressure inside your blood vessels. Like overinflating a tire. Potassium is the natural counterbalance. It helps your kidneys flush excess sodium out of your system. They work as opponents. Meanwhile, magnesium acts as a natural relaxant for the tiny, smooth muscles that line your artery walls. When these muscles are relaxed, your arteries are wider and more open, which also helps keep blood pressure down. So potassium takes the pressure off by reducing volume, and magnesium takes the pressure off by widening the pipes. They are a perfect team for your heart and brain.
This means we must be very mindful of what we eat in the morning. Many common breakfast foods are the worst offenders. Foods to limit or avoid in the morning include processed breakfast sausages, bacon, ham, most processed cereals, canned soups, frozen breakfast sandwiches, and even many types of bread and cheese, which are filled with hidden sodium. Instead, we should welcome foods that are naturally low in sodium and high in potassium and magnesium. For example, a bowl of plain oatmeal with berries and a sliced banana. A boiled or scrambled egg with a side of avocado and spinach. A smoothie made with plain yogurt, a banana, and a handful of spinach. Or even just a bowl of plain yogurt topped with almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds. These foods give your body what it needs without adding the strain of excess salt.
Doctor, I can hear someone watching right now saying, "But I've been eating toast with cheese for breakfast for 40 years, and I feel fine." What is your simple message to that person?
I would say to them, you have been very fortunate so far, but risk is like a rising tide. For many years, the water is far from your house. But as we get older, the tide naturally comes in higher and higher. A habit that was safe for your body at age 40 may no longer be safe at age 70. It is always wiser to move to higher ground before the storm arrives.
That is excellent advice. This is so much valuable information, and it's a privilege to share it with our community all over the world. To help us see just how far this community reaches, please let us know what city, state, or country you're watching from. It's truly a joy to read through the comments and see where you are all joining us from. Doctor, after we have calmed our minds with breathing and given our bodies the right fuel for breakfast, what is the next step to actively protect our brain for the day ahead?
The next step is to move the body. It does not need to be a difficult or strenuous exercise. It simply needs to be consistent. This brings us to our next habit, a short 10 to 15-minute morning walk. This can be done inside your home, walking from room to room, or outside if the weather is nice.
And that gentle movement does so much good for your circulation. It gets your heart pumping just a little bit faster, which helps push more oxygen-rich blood up to the brain, helping it to fully wake up and function at its best. It also helps your muscles use blood sugar more efficiently, which is another key part of keeping your blood vessels healthy long-term. There's also something to be said for just greeting the day with movement. It's a way of actively participating in the morning, a moment to be thankful for the ability to move and experience the world. It is an active form of gratitude.
It sets a positive tone for the entire day. A small act of movement tells the body, we are alive and well today.
I agree completely. Now I want to shift to what you have previously called the most important habits of all, especially for anyone who has already been diagnosed with high blood pressure.
Yes, if the other habits are wise suggestions, these next ones for many people are non-negotiable rules. They are lifelines. This involves two connected actions: checking your blood pressure at home each morning and taking your prescribed medication exactly on time, every single time, without fail.
Let's talk about why that timing is so critical. Many people don't know about a natural phenomenon called the morning surge. In the early morning hours, to prepare you to wake up, your body releases a mix of hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline. This naturally causes your blood pressure and heart rate to be at their highest point of the entire 24-hour cycle. If you already have high blood pressure, this morning surge can push your numbers into the danger zone, which is why most strokes and heart attacks happen in these early hours. Taking your medication first thing in the morning, as prescribed by your doctor, is specifically designed to blunt that dangerous peak and keep you safe.
Ignoring this is the most dangerous gamble a person can take with their health. I will never forget a patient named George, a 79-year-old retired mechanic. He was a man who prided himself on being able to fix anything. After a few months on his blood pressure medication, his readings at the doctor's office were perfect. He felt great, full of energy. So he made a decision on his own. He thought, "I'm cured. I've fixed the problem." And he stopped taking his daily pill. For 1 week, he felt perfectly fine. But on the morning of the 8th day, his wife found him slumped in his favorite armchair, unable to speak, with one side of his face drooping. He had suffered a major stroke right during that dangerous morning surge window. He was able to speak with me later from his hospital bed. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Doctor, I didn't understand. I thought feeling good meant the problem was gone. I didn't realize that feeling good meant the medicine was working." His story is a powerful and painful lesson. Feeling well is not a reason to stop. It is proof that your discipline is protecting you. You must continue.
So the path to a safer morning isn't about one single magic bullet. It's about a series of small, intelligent habits that work together. We talked about starting your day with proper hydration and gentle movement to get your blood flowing correctly. We discussed how to calm your mind and fuel your body with a brain-protective breakfast. And finally, we covered the absolute importance of discipline with monitoring your blood pressure and taking your medication. This entire routine is a powerful, proactive strategy for your long-term brain health, designed to prevent a dangerous stroke sign from ever appearing in the first place. Each small step you take, from that first glass of water to your morning walk, is a deposit you make into the bank account of your future brain health. By taking your medication exactly as prescribed, for example, you are actively preventing the high-pressure conditions that can lead to a visible stroke sign like facial drooping. This is what true preventative medicine looks like, and it's the key to protecting your independence and overall brain health for many years to come.
Your health tomorrow is built by the small choices you make today. Not one big choice, but many small ones, repeated with care and attention. Please do not feel overwhelmed by this list. Do not try to be perfect tomorrow. Simply choose one. Choose one new habit from our conversation today and do it tomorrow morning with your full attention. The next day, do it again. Small, faithful actions are the source of all great and lasting change in our health and in our lives.
That is the perfect advice to end on, Doctor. Just one small step, and as always, the smartest first step you can take is to work with your own trusted medical team. Please remember, this video is for educational purposes to help you ask better questions and understand your body. It is not a substitute for direct medical advice from your own physician who knows your personal health history. If you found this guide helpful, please give this video a like so more people can find it. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member over 60 who you care about. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and it ensures you'll be with us for more practical health guides like this one. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is the one simple habit from our list today that you will try tomorrow morning? Sharing your commitment in the comments below can help inspire someone else to take that first step too. Thank you for being with us. Take care of yourselves and have a safe and healthy morning.